Hi everyone and welcome to today's episode of Spiritually Me. Nice for you for looking in again. Today I'd like to talk to you about the obstacles that can come into our spiritual path. I believe that there are three different types of obstacles that can come and can appear on our path, and that is, on one hand, the first one I would say is anger or resentment or any kind that is familiar to that. Um, another another obstacle could be pain, in any kind of pains that you can, like if something hurts you, if you've been hurt in your life. And I think the biggest one of all the obstacles, and most of the times I've realized that the first two combine or always work into, is fear. I believe that our biggest obstacles on our spiritual paths are fears that are shown to us on a day-to-day basis with whatever might happen, and we get so stuck on them that we can't move forward. So I think one of the best ways to kind of like try to find, like, if you want to find out what the obstacle at the moment is on your path, or that you should try to overcome. Sometimes we're so into the whole emotion that we can't really see what the problem might be that we need to solve or to overcome or to let go. So one of the techniques that I like to use on a day-to-day basis, I mean, we're not talking about very deep emotions, but like on a daily basis, on things that just come up throughout the day, is try to mirror them. Try to mirror them in a way that, imagine it's yourself trying to tell yourself something. So let's take, for example, if you go to work, have a normal working day, and suddenly from one moment to another, one of your colleagues says something and you feel anger coming up. Of course, as a normal human being, whenever anger comes up, we just start to react on it. We might say something, or other people might just not say anything, but they will feel hurt then. So what you do is basically you take that emotion. Let's take the anger part as an example for the moment. You are angry at your colleague about something, and probably it's because he probably took something, or he copied something, or he went to the boss and said something, or whatever the notion is. The emotion in the moment is anger. So to find out why you are angry in that moment, because the question is not why your colleague angered you. The question is, why are you angry? Why are you even letting that come so close to yourself? So what you do is you try to mirror it, try to put a mirror to it and see, what is this moment trying to show me? So when you start going through that, why am I angry? Why could that be? Because he did whatever they did. Possible answers could be, for example, you might not feel appreciated. Or another possible answer could be that you feel misunderstood by your colleagues. So by putting a mirror on it, why do I feel misunderstood? Is it maybe myself? How well do I understand myself? Or, for example, with the appreciation, if you feel not appreciated by the other person, ask yourself, in mirroring it, how much do you appreciate yourself? So that's kind of a way of get into the obstacle and to find out, okay, what's the problem there, or what is the subject, or however you want to call the obstacles, that might surround me in that moment. So you take that, and every person works differently. So you have to find out your own way on how to deal with it. There are many different techniques on how to deal with anger and letting it go. There's people who do certain types of meditations where you specifically take the emotion and kind of like wrap it into little boxes in a meditation and throw it down a river and you just see it flow away. I find it very interesting to use the Ho'oponopono of the Hawaiian philosophy. But you have to find out what you can use for yourself, what's best for yourself, to just find a way to get these emotions to let go. And once you do, you will suddenly see, wow, when I start appreciating myself, everyone around me starts appreciating myself as well. So yes, this is kind of like the law of attraction. The moment you start doing things for yourself the right way, you get that back. And you will have less and less confrontations with that kind of anger in that moment. So that's kind of the way, for example, with anger and pain, it's the same basically. If someone says a bad word to you, you have to ask yourself, why do I feel bad? Why do I feel offended by something? Why does that hurt me so much? And then just try to mirror it and to see what is the other side of it. What is this pain trying to show me? And most of the times I've noticed with myself, most of the times I find an anger hidden underneath. So with the angers, it's the same. It's similar because you might get angry, or you might feel pain, or you might even really feel a fear. And when you feel that fear, it's like you start feeling this fear and you block yourself and you're unable to move on. So that's why it's important, or that's why on the spiritual path, you try to overcome the fear. Fears are I think, a little bit different than anger and pain, because I don't want to judge them in any way. I think that for every person in every different way, fear and pain and anger can all be in a different level of strength. I just feel that fear often has a bigger part in it, and sometimes fears are so deeply inside of us that we need to dig them out. And but the thing is, to be able to let go of a fear, you need to dig deep. And I believe that sometimes in our world we don't give fear much attention. We just don't act on it, so we're just held back, and then we're afraid of doing something. I think I can use one example that I've lived, and that is, for example, the fear of not being accepted because of the way I wear my clothing. So I would wear whatever I thought everyone else thought was good for me, but I've never really felt comfortable, and it kind of like weighed me a little bit down. So I started to work on that and to believe I can wear whatever I want, everyone's still going to like me, overcome that fear. And that helps because it makes me a lot more free in the morning when I have to choose clothing. So that's just an example for a fear, for example. And it's the same with pain and anger, the same. The moment you let go, it kind of like frees you. It gives you possibilities that were never there before. And even if it's just a small step, all the smaller ones that you keep on going, you could just keep on working on it. And that's why I think fears are the most important ones, because to do that, we need to be comfortable enough and to have the strength to say, okay, fear, I'm fine with you being there, but I'm going to work on it and to let go. So this is from my side for today. Thanks for watching again. And as always, please keep on being magnificent. Bye.